Hey Pre-K, this is Miss Katie at Carrington Academy, Braselton, and today for our math activity, we're going to be sorting worms. So as you guys have probably learned, worms come in all different sizes and colors. So today I am using paper worms that I cut out. So I just stacked up about 4 pieces of different colored construction paper and cut out different lengths of worms. That way I have a whole bunch of worms cut out, but I only cut them 4 times. So you'll need some paper, some scissors, and a marker. You could also use rubber worms that you would take fishing, or you could use gummy worms. So on my paper worms that I used, I also drew different types of patterns on all of them, so they could also be sorted into patterns as well. So one way we could sort them is by length. So you could do the tallest or the longest worm first, and then figure out which length would come next. So it would be the one a little bit shorter, and then the next one, and then the shortest. So they go from biggest to smallest. You could sort them from smallest to biggest. And then you could also sort them by color. So having all the red ones in a group, all the blue ones in a group, all the green and all the orange in a group. So that would be another way that you could sort the worms. And then, whoops, that one goes with red. And you could also sort them by the patterns that you drew on. So I did 4 different kinds of patterns. So this one has polka dots. This pattern has zigzags. This pattern has 3 or 6 green lines. And then I did 2 wiggly lines. So those were my 4 patterns, and you could sort them in that way as well. And lastly, you could use the worms and measure them. So you could find anything in your house to measure the worms with. Today I was going to be using Unifix cubes. If you don't have Unifix cubes at home, you could use any non-standard measurement, or you could use a ruler. You guys learned about the term inch, I think it was last week. So this would be a good time to also incorporate inches as well. So I'm going to go ahead and measure one of the longer worms with my Unifix cube. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this worm was about 12 Unifix cubes long. Let's measure the smallest, the shortest worm. Let's see how many Unifix cubes that one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one was only about 5 Unifix cubes long. So you could graph these lengths on a piece of paper if you wanted to. There's just so much you could do with these paper worms. So I hope you guys have so much fun, and don't forget to send me some pictures.